There's this idea that once you grasp this one insight, you start making better decisions in every aspect of life. It's all about critical thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Critical thinking really shapes everything we believe and decide. It's not about memorizing facts, right?
Absolutely. It's more about taking a step back, asking the right questions, and really understanding what's true instead of just, you know, accepting opinions at face
Yep.
value.
And the idea is that schools never really taught us that, did they? I mean, we learned how to recite data, not necessarily how to question it.
Exactly. It's not about arguing or um, trying to seem smart. It's about being deliberate, questioning every piece of information that comes our way.
Like when you're chatting with someone who says, never buy used cars because they always break down. So many assumptions there.
Right. Instead of just nodding, critical thinking nudges you to ask, always? What's your experience? What do the actual numbers say? It's like, unlocking a new perspective every
I
time.
agree. And that's actually the very essence of it. Questioning assumptions without outright dismissing someone's experience. It's just expanding the conversation.
Exactly. It opens up a dialogue rather than shutting it down. For example, when you hear a headline screaming, "Crime is skyrocketing in the U.S., a critical thinker would immediately wonder, compared to what? Where specifically? And what types of crime are we talking about?
Yeah, context is everything. A statistic without context can be misleading at best.
Right. And when you peel back those layers, you often find that the actual situation might be much more complex than that headline.
That's spot on. So let's dive into some of the tricks people use in arguments that critical thinking can help us spot. I mean, you've got what? The straw man fallacy, false dilemmas, ad hominem attacks.
Absolutely. Take the straw man fallacy, for instance. It's when someone twists your thoughts, making them sound absurd so they can easily tear them apart, like if you suggest updating our voting system and they jump in, "Oh, so you don't believe in democracy anymore?" That's not what happened at all.
Yep. It's so frustrating when someone misrepresents your point. I mean, it feels like they're intentionally avoiding the real issue.
Exactly. And then there's the false dilemma. This trick forces you into an either-or situation, like you either completely support this policy or you're against the country. But in real life, things are, um, more nuanced.
Definitely. It feels like a way to shut down any discussion that might reveal shades of gray.
And then there's ad hominem, the classic tactic of attacking the person rather than the argument. Why listen to her on health care? She's not even a doctor. That's not really engaging with her ideas,
Absolutely
is
right.
it?
It really undermines the quality of our discussions. Instead of debating ideas, it turns into a personal attack.
Exactly. And one of my favorites to point out when I see it is appealing to emotion. That manipulative push like vote for this or kids will suffer. It's emotionally charged, but doesn't bring in the actual evidence.
True. But here's a thought. Do you think sometimes these tactics, like appealing to emotion, might be necessary in certain situations, say, during a crisis, even if they're logically weak?
That's a good point. I mean, emotions are powerful and um, they can drive action quickly. But the risk is when decisions are made solely on emotion without a base in facts, it leaves people vulnerable to manipulation.
Yep, exactly. I can see that. It's about balance, right? Emotions matter, but they need to be paired with solid evidence.
Absolutely, and that's the real beauty of critical thinking. It's not cold or dismissive. It's compassionate. It's understanding. It helps you engage with others on um, a meaningful level rather than just reacting impulsively.
And it goes beyond public debates. I mean, even in personal conversations, like if a friend says, nobody listens to me, using critical thinking can help you explore what might be really going on, rather than just reacting defensively.
Right, it's like taking a moment to say, hmm, what's really happening here? instead of just offering a quick offhand comment. That pause is what makes all the difference.
Exactly. That pause could be the difference between misunderstanding and truly connecting with someone.
And honestly, once you start practicing critical thinking, it becomes almost contagious. You ask others for evidence for their reasoning, and soon enough, those around you get drawn into that habit.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. It's like a chain reaction. Once you're not easily swayed by the loud opinions and instead focus on what's actually valid, everything shifts.
Right? And it's not just about protecting ourselves from bad info, it's empowering. You gain confidence because you know you're making decisions based on a clear, thoughtful approach rather than fear or anger.
Definitely. But I do have a concern. Sometimes it might feel like questioning everything could lead to constant skepticism. How do you see that balance?
Great point. It's like, being critical doesn't mean you become dismissive of all ideas. It means you're open to multiple angles and willing to revise your stance as new, better evidence comes along. Not total skepticism, but, healthy curiosity.
I get that. So it's really about striking a balance, being both open-minded and judicious about what you accept.
Exactly. And that balance is what leads to clearer, more effective decision-making. It's why, when you come across a bold claim that triggers an emotional response, you can step back, ask for the facts, and be less likely to be manipulated by, sensationalism.
Right. It's almost like having your own internal fact-checker.
Yes, exactly. And the amazing part is that critical thinking is a skill you can build over time. You don't need a fancy degree or a debate club membership, just the habit of thinking, what's really behind this, every day.
Indeed. And the benefits, both personally and socially, are huge. You get more confident, more clear-headed, and even more understanding of others.
Absolutely. It's, liberating in a way. Understanding that you're free to change your opinions based on solid evidence rather than being trapped by outdated narratives or,
Totally.
well, the loudest voice in the room.
And that also builds a community where ideas are challenged constructively, not just shouted down, creating better outcomes for everyone.
Exactly. When we start questioning and discussing respectfully, it creates this environment where truth and clarity can thrive.
That's the goal. I love that. It's like every time you choose to ask for evidence and look for context, you're actively countering manipulation and paving the way for better decisions.
Yeah, it's simple, but so profound. When you think critically, you're not just reacting. You're engaging thoughtfully with every part of your life. You're free to choose what's right for you.
Absolutely. And in a world that's constantly bombarding us with conflicting information, that clarity is nothing short of revolutionary.
Exactly. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by opinions or headlines, just remember, pause, ask a few questions, and let the evidence guide you.
Yeah, that really sums it up. It's a habit that, once developed, can truly change everything for the better.
Right? Keep questioning, stay curious, and let clear thinking be your guide through the noise of it all.